It's a daily social media show where I go live once a day, Monday through Friday, to share one good part from my life and or business in an effort to help enhance your life and also to help us be able to control our minds better, be more productive, and achieve the goals and dreams that we have. So in today's video, I'm going to share with you the top 2 ways to make your mind serve you better. We can be a master of our thoughts, or we can allow our thoughts and the thoughts of others to master us. And I think it's better to be a master of your thoughts so that they serve you. And as I wrote in the description, I've been reading this book. This is the book of the month in our community for the month of January 2024. It's called Word Weaving: The Science of Suggestion by Trevor Sylvester. And this book was written by a professional hypnotherapist, and it's all about using the power of words and using the power of language to help yourself aim your language so that it serves people. And as I mentioned, it's written from the perspective of a professional hypnotherapist. So it's one of those books that takes a lot to, it's a short book, so you can get through it quickly. But if you really want to get the information, hey, Danny, good morning. Hope you're having a great day. Are you reading the book of the month this month, Danny? Curious. But it's one of those books that if you really want to get the information, it requires like chewing on it. Like you got to chew on it. You got to make notes. You got to think about it. You got to process it. You got to ask questions about it. However, the good news is that this whole book and all the skills in this book are aimed at helping you gain the skill of using these 2 simple ways to make your mind serve you. So while there are a lot of different ways to do that, at the end of the day, the skill that we're wanting to acquire, it seems, is to use these two methods to help yourself and help others make their mind serve them rather than work against them. That's the goal. So Danny says, just bought a book but can't remember the name. So, dude, you got to find the name of the book. Comment. Let me know when you find the name. I just ordered another book too. I ordered The User Illusion, which is a book I've heard pop up from a couple of different people that I follow. So I'm excited to get... Oh, and also, The User Illusion was referenced in this book. So that made me... I heard 2 different people that I follow talk about that book, and then I saw it in one of the references, so I ordered it. So anyway, let me get to the point. So the point is 2 ways to make your mind serve you. And what it seems to me as I'm starting this book and digesting it is that at the end of the day, the goal is to do 2 things. Number 1, shift the focus of the mind, that could be the conscious or the unconscious, off of something that's not serving you and on to something that is serving you. And one interesting little piece of data from this book is that every second we have, as people, 2 million bits of data coming at us from our ears, our eyes, all like reality. It's like 2 million bits of data coming at us. And in order for us to process that, we have to shrink it down to the figure I think is 7 plus or minus 2 bits of data per second. And so the point in the shifting focus part of what we're doing is sometimes, because we have so much data we could focus on, sometimes we might find ourselves focusing on a piece of reality that is depressing us, not making us happy, making us feel like we're not as powerful as we really are. And shifting focus is literally just stepping back and realizing that, whoa, like there's 999,000 other pieces of data that I could be focusing on besides this one little thing that's keeping me back. And if we can shift the focus, a lot of times that'll be all we need to like get into a more powerful state and move forward. So shift focus. And by the way, in shifting focus, Danny says, okay, the book you ordered was Project 369, The Key to the Universe. Okay, cool. Well, I'm anxious to hear how that book is, Danny. You'll have to come back and let me know what you learned from it. Or in one of your videos, I'm sure you're going to be sharing what you learned there. So on that topic of shifting focus, as I was learning about that and thinking about that, one of the realizations that I had was this is why goal setting is so important for so many of us. If we as people are in the habit of setting goals, that's like an automatic forcing function to make our minds focus on a positive direction and ignore all of the other data. So even if you're not a therapist, even if you're not, doing a lot of coaching, just you setting goals and encouraging others to set goals, that's an automatic way to cause your mind to focus on a forward direction. Another example of a goal is a major definite purpose. Napoleon Hill writes about major definite purpose in Think and Grow Rich, and that was an idea that really helped me a lot. Picking one major definite purpose, for me it was financial freedom, and this is why I'm waking up in the morning. This is what I'm living for. This is where my thoughts are directed. Whatever else was going on, I had that major definite purpose, and that was a forcing function of focus that continued to pull me through over the years and got me out of so many other things that I could be focusing on. So that's the first one, changing focus. The second one is changing meaning. So one of the things that Trevor Sylvester says in this book is that in therapy, one of the things that often happens is there's a piece of data in the mind that is meaning something negative or sad or depressing, and it's causing the person to have the stimulus of this piece of data mean all of these terrible things. And so if we can change what that thing means, then we can change the response that it produces inside of us. Wayne Dyer famously said, change the way you look at things and the things you look at change. And my favorite example of this is the quote from Napoleon Hill where he said, in every apparent setback lies the seed of an equal or greater advantage. So what does that quote do? That quote makes it so, if it's true, that when you experience a failure or when you experience a setback, what that could mean is I'm a failure, oh no, I need to be depressed because I'm not succeeding at my goal. But if you follow that advice from Napoleon Hill, in every apparent setback lies the seed of an equal or greater advantage, all of a sudden, you've changed the meaning of the failure event to one that says, no, there is a seed in this setback that is going to be at least or greater in benefit than whatever perceived downside I'm perceiving in this thing. So you literally shift the meaning of that piece of data to make it mean something that's serving you and useful for you in your life. Tony Robbins, one of the things he wrote in one of his books that I read is that human beings are meaning makers. One of my old mentors used to say, all events are equal. And I was like, what are you talking about? I didn't understand that. All events are equal. Because I would push back and I would say, no, like some events are horrific and tragic and terrible. And he would say, all events are equal. And I had to think about that for a long time to come to the understanding of what he was trying to teach me. What he was trying to teach me was all events, all data in reality is equal because we as humans we're the ones that give all of the events whatever meaning we're going to give them because we are meaning makers. So if that's true and we are meaning makers, isn't it also true that we can choose to make events, situations, successes, failures? We can choose to take all of those events and make them mean whatever we want them to mean. In the case of failure, we could say, I had a little failure. That means I'm on the right path because in the Law of Success by Napoleon Hill, there's a whole chapter on failure. So apparently failure is a part of success. So the fact that I'm failing means that I'm in the market, I'm doing things, I'm trying things, and I am on the right path. So that's meaning. So to summarize this, change your focus and help others change their focus and keep their focus on things that are serving them. And then also become a master meaning maker yourself and do your best to help others also make positive meaning out of all of the quote-unquote equal events, according to my old mentor, that happen in our lives. These are two ways that we can help our minds, make our minds serve us instead of hold us back and keep us from progressing. So that's my life for today. Thanks, Danny, for tuning in. If you guys want, I put over on my blog a longer summary of what I've read so far in the book of the month, this book that I mentioned, Word Weaving, The Science of Suggestion by Trevor Sylvester. So if you go to paulhutchings.net right now and you click on this link, Word Weaving, The Science of Suggestion, you can read my notes where I've summarized pages 1 through 19. So even if you're not going to pick the book of the month up this month, maybe you can pick up another little piece of value from my studies. So also, if you want more value from me, if you got value from this piece of content, I do these every day, Monday through Friday. My mission is freedom through principle-centered leadership. So I do my best to share ideas that seem to be conducive for success, positivity, creating better financial results in our lives. And if you want more from me and you're not already subscribed to me on social media, I'd love to encourage you to subscribe to me wherever you're finding this. And also, you can visit myfreedomfamily.com to subscribe to my email list. And also on your way through that subscription process, you'll see a pretty awesome and amazing, profitable, heart-centered, soul-fulfilling business, along with a set of training products and tools that may be able to enhance your business journey wherever you're at on that journey. So that's it, guys. Have an awesome day. Thanks for tuning in. Whatever you do, always go for your dreams, and bye for now.